In a moment, I'll be speaking to Dr. Nadeem Ahmed because earlier today, he, along with many others, were inviting people to give blood. But get this, in memory of those killed in recent terrorist attacks, OK? We'll be finding out where the idea came from, how successful this was, very, very shortly.
With Asha Riaz on BBC WM.
Now, some would say it's controversial. Others would say, why not? But earlier today, a Birmingham mosque was inviting people to give blood in memory of those killed in recent terrorist attacks. The Darul Barakat Mosque in Bawdsley Green have been busy all day collecting donations from the South Asian community. The organiser of it joins me now live on the show, Dr. Nadeem Ahmed. Welcome to the programme, sir.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been quite a busy day so far.
I was going to say, very busy day. Tell me, I'm hearing statistics thrown across while I'm on air at the moment, but you clarify those statistics for me. What's happened today?
Well,
Tell me what's been happening.
The National Blood Donation Service came over. It's been quite a long day because they take a good sort of an hour and a half, 2 hours to set up. So they came at 8 o'clock this morning to the mosque, and we basically provide them with the hall and the facilities there for them. They bring all their own equipment, set it up, and they were sort of ready to go by 10 o'clock. And it's a bit like any sort of Asian gathering. It turns into a bit of a family affair. So it's not just the donors, the kids come, the friends come, the uncles and aunties come, and it was quite a nice sort of atmosphere. It's a bit of a social gathering then as well. At the same time, of course, doing something back to the community. So trying to get as much blood out as many of the people as there as possible. And in the end, they were there for about 4 hours. So we had 51 donors in the end giving blood on the day.
Wow! So what, over 50 people coming forward in the space of just 4 hours?
Yeah, in 4 hours. So it was pretty good going, really.
Wow, that's a really good response. Now, I have to say, when I heard about this, and I'm sure a lot of people listening to that, you're kind of asking for people from the South Asian community to donate blood. Fair enough, we get that. But in memory of victims of recent terrorist attacks, somehow the two just don't jar, do they? When you read it, when you look at it as a sentence, when you hear about it, are you just doing this to be controversial?
Well, I think partly it is. We're trying to be provocative. I think what it is, yes, firstly, we're just trying to raise awareness of the fact that the South Asian community is underrepresented in the donors in the UK. About 4% of the population actually gives, but only 1% of that are from ethnic minorities. So it's partly that, but partly also to raise awareness of the fact that we as Muslims, we all get tarnished with the same brush, and unfortunate as it is, everyone seems to think that we're all terrorists and we're all believing the same thing. But it's that, unfortunately, it's the silent majority sometimes doesn't get listened to, and we're sort of part of that silent majority to say, actually, we don't agree with all these the Maulvis who say unfortunately, the more extremist views that are out there, and we're just trying to say, look, some of the work that's been going on in our name is not necessarily in our name, and we're just trying to raise awareness of the fact that there are other points of view out there, that we do actually feel for the families that lost lives in the attacks that happened in the London bombings, but also if you remember last year there was the attacks on the two mosques in Lahore in Pakistan as well, and we're just trying to raise awareness of this amongst our Muslim brothers, really.
Sure. So you're tending to do quite a good deed, really, with a bit of a serious message behind it.
Yeah.
Having a think about this, if you'd have put out a message, for example, saying South Asian people donate blood, not many people might not notice it.
Exactly.
But then to put out a call out in memory of terrorist victims, it suddenly gets noticed, especially in the PR world.
Yeah.
But then does it actually attract people and tug at their heartstrings?
Well, this is it. 51 donors today, that's more than we've had done, because we've been running this session a few times now. It's more than we've had done, but on top of that, we also attracted attention from the local counter-terrorist unit. So we actually had some police officers there as well today, partly just to to lend their support to what we were trying to do, but also we managed to persuade one of them to donate blood as well on the day, which was quite good. So again, it's just trying to build bridges with the local police and local community and the local people around the mosque as well. Not just the Muslims, but the non-Muslims as well. I mean, we get so much bad press really these days. We're just trying to give something back to the community. It's a play on words, really. That's what we're aiming for, isn't it? So rather than just taking blood from other people, we're actually giving some blood back.
Sure, giving blood back into the community. In terms of this problem, this huge problem, about sort of Asian people coming forward to donate. We're hearing it all the time that this is a problem, but less than 1 in 30 people on the National Blood Donor Database is from an ethnic minority. Now, we're hearing this, but what do you think the problem is? Is it about awareness? Do you think enough people just genuinely don't know where to go, or how about to go and donate their blood? What to do?
Well, I think you're right. You hit the nail on the head. It is actually about awareness. It's education. People being aware that this is something that is out there. I think one of the things that we're trying to do is education, trying to tell people, this service is out there. It's a good thing. It's the purest form of charity, really. I mean, we get nothing back for it. And one of the pillars of Islam is zakat. This is charity. And this is a form of that. It's really just to try and bring that message home to our local Muslim brothers and sisters. I think one of the other things that stops people from giving blood as well, and that I'm talking specifically about the ladies now, is the issue of parda and protecting ladies' modesty. And this is something else that we're piloting with the National Blood Donation Service in certainly in the mosque that we're donating at the moment. Is we're actually having a completely separate session for the ladies. So there's a ladies-only session and a men's-only session as well, and that seems to work quite well as well. We're really encouraging the ladies to come in, and again, it's just to get the numbers up. So there really shouldn't be any excuse for anybody not to give.
Sure, and now obviously you've been running this all day, but I presume that people that still want to donate can.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I mean, there are blood donation centres that run on different days on different parts of Birmingham. There's a main centre in Birmingham City Centre, which is open pretty much all the time, and that's on New Street. There's also various other centres, so really it's just a matter of going on the website, actually. If you go onto blood.co.uk, and you can actually get all the lists of all the local centres around Birmingham and the Midlands, so wherever you are, there's usually one. And they're actually really, really good in that they actually have evening sessions as well, so again, they're trying to get people in who work during the day, so they do have some quite late evening sessions as well.
Fantastic. And so that's how people can get in touch and find out more. But what are you guys planning next? I'm intrigued now after this. What are you planning next? What's your next? Have you got any sort of ideas in the pipeline?
Well, one of the other things we're trying to do again is try and build bridges with other communities as well. So what we're planning to do next now is actually have what we call a peace conference, really, is we're inviting local dignitaries, so local church leaders and Jewish leaders and obviously Muslims, us as well, Sikhs, Hindus, and local priests as well, to come and actually just have a talk about each individual faith, so trying to get some interfaith dialogue going as well. And really, again, it's trying to talk about the similarities that there are between a lot of the faiths, rather than just talking about the differences. I mean, there are so many similarities between Christianity and Islam and a lot of the other major faiths as well. And I think people do tend to dwell on the differences a little bit too much, and trying to highlight the similarities will hopefully, again, just bring some camaraderie and some brotherhood between the community, in the community.
Sure, sounds like fantastic. Well, do keep us posted as well, and we'll give it some awareness, as it were, some exposure on Midlands Masala.
That's great.
Thank you, Dr. Nadeem Ahmed from the Darul Barakat Mosque in Bordesley Green. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Midlands Masala with Asha Riaz on BBC WM.